It was very exciting. It's like a who's who. It's like Bud Friedman's book in this piece. So anyway, what did I do this past weekend? That's right, I went to Beatlefest out in Secaucus. Jealous. So I go to this Beatlefest. Good look. I love the Beatles. And also, everybody in the chat getting mad about me making fun of Star Wars. You take it easy. Calm down. Somebody's like, well, I gotta say, I disagree with his opinion of the first 3 Star Wars movies. Okay, those 3 are better than the other 3. But they all stink. On some level. It's cheap junk that's made for children. Okay? So I go to this Beatlefest. Why? I don't know. Because I love the Beatles. And I keep hoping that this thing will somehow tap into the spirit of the Beatles. And it never does. It seems to get further away from what the Beatles means to me. Which, the Beatles, it's... I like the fact that it's these 4 dudes who worked nonstop on this thing. And they were actually pushing hard to create something that had kind of never existed before. Like they were pushing. And it was scary what the Beatles were doing and risky. And when you go to this thing, it's like, oh, peace and love, peace and love. What? Peace and love? It's a very whitewashed version of it. And then they have these people there who are parts of who were tangentially connected to the Beatles experience. They have this dude. He went last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember. And there was Denny Lane from Wings was there. Now this dude was an essential part of Wings. It was him and Paul and Linda. It was the 3 of them. They were Wings. Not this year, man. Rough stuff. First of all, this guy, there was two DJs there. 2 DJs. This one, I think, is it Ken Dashow, Mike? From, I think he's like wherever he's from. I don't know. This is a classic rock hack. He's there. And then this creep from WFUV, which, that's the worst station on earth. That station, yeah, you got to have a screw loose if that station entertains you for more than 15 seconds. I'm sorry. If you like that station, please do not listen to this show. One or the other. I'm saying it's one or the other. One or the other. No room for both. You like this show? Don't like that station. Who's that for? It's like it's music for non-existent coffee shops. Like even coffee shops don't play that stuff. So this year, who were the big celebrities? Some dude who played sax with John Lennon. Sax player. That was exciting. Joey Molland from Badfinger. Look, I love Badfinger. This dude's still doing his thing. More power. More power to you. And then it also had I gotta find this. Hold on. Hold on. Coming back. Gary Wright. That's right, Gary Wright was at this thing. because he played keyboards on a couple George Harrison albums. I go to this thing with my lady friend, Jillian Barbary, and she said, "Is there anything we can get those dudes to sign?" It's like, yeah. What about Gary Wright played keyboards on All Things Must Pass, one of the greatest albums ever. Like, well, let's get him to sign this beautiful vinyl copy of All Things Must Pass that I love so much. It is a special album to me. This thing. This is the guy. Remember the song? Dreamweaver? It's like, I don't want him to sign the cover, though. Because the cover of All Things Must Pass is, it's George Harrison's on the cover. Alone. Not all the whole band on the cover. And the inside of the box, because it's a box, it's 3 LPs. Inside of the box is everybody's credits listed. I want him to sign in there. So I say, Jillian Barbary, let's get him to sign the inside. And she said, you definitely don't want him to sign the cover. I said, no, I want him to sign inside. Because there's a beautiful copy of this album I got my hands on. That album means a lot to me. Because All Things Must Pass is this record. Everybody took George Harrison for granted. They thought he was a joke. They thought he was a joke in the Beatles. You do your 2 songs, we'll treat you like garbage. Especially John Lennon. John Lennon treated George Harrison so poorly. You know, John Lennon he did not play on a lot of those late period George Harrison songs at all. So we get the George Harrison, we go there, he's at a table, Gary Wright. Jillian Barbary sets her things down. Gary Wright instantly slides the album toward him and signs the cover. This giant dumb signature. I tell you, I wanted to murder him. I'm looking at the dude who did this song, Dreamweaver, sitting at this table, and I wanted to strangle him. Maybe it'd be Gary Wright that I would murder, that I'd be on the run from the law. This guy, the Dreamweaver, just throws his signature on the thing. Not asking. He didn't even know if she wanted it signed. He just throws his signature on it. The Dreamweaver. There was no automatic pilot. It's not like he was. It's not like he's Reggie Jackson signing, 200 autographs in a row. There was a bigger line at the bagel table. More people wanted bagels than Gary Wright's signature at the Beatlefest. It seemed like a nice enough guy. Oh, I wanted to smash him. And hearing this makes... Oh! Yeah. I just close my eyes and sign anything on the table. Gary Wright 1, Tom 0. Now in the lobby at this Beatlefest, and there's the other thing. I want to just say this to people. There's so many people walking around this thing wearing like shirts and stuff. Let me say, once in a while, guys, this goes for everybody. Once in a while, you can take a break from wearing things with logos on it. You're allowed to wear shirts that do not advertise which band you like, which landscaper you apparently use. And the worst one, this one was my pet peeve at the Beetlefest. My pet peeve. No, I have a pet. If I did not have a pet peeve at this Beetlefest, If peeves were pets, I was an animal hoarder at this thing. Because I had a lot of pets. These dudes walking around like one of the one of the DJs, I think it was the FUV guy, walking around in his Mets shirt. Okay, you like the Mets. Can you leave the Mets shirt off? You're worried for a minute somebody doesn't know you like the Mets. You're at this dumb thing. Wear a shirt without a logo, or wear a rock shirt. Mets, because there's Mets shirt. We're supposed to ask him about David Wright. We're supposed to ask him about Gary Wright, not David Wright. Yeah, hey, I want to ask what you think is going to go on with the bullpen this year. Well, we're talking about Apple Records right now. Yeah, well, you're wearing a Mets shirt. I didn't know what to ask. You got me confused. I thought I was talking. I thought it was on a live version of Mike Francesa's show. So in the hotel, there's all these ballrooms with all these little pictures and conversations and all this stuff, and then I went to a couple things. It's fun. It's fine. The other dude there was Lawrence Juber from Wings. He played on one album. Lawrence Juber seemed like a nice enough guy. Really talented guitar player. Played some guitar. He was on Back to the Egg. Very exciting. So, but in the lobby, there's this jam going on, Beatles jam, and I'm telling you, there's 60 people easy in this lobby, sitting around with all their guitars, strumming away, playing. I should have known better with a girl like you. Like all singing like they're at a campfire. Hey, hey, hey. And I do. Hey, hey, hey. And this is I'm going to tell you about the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life happened at this Beatlefest. There's a song called Mr. Moonlight by the Beatles. It's a cover from the Beatles for Sale album. Now, like when one of the songs would end, it's a matter of who starts up the next one. So this is how Mr. Moonlight starts off with an a cappella. John Lennon singing Mr. Moonlight in a cappella. It sounds something like this. Mr. Moonlight. So this one dude in the sea of, I'm telling you, 60 people all sitting around. The one song ends. He goes, Mr. Moonlight. Nobody does a thing to pick it up for this dude. They leave him hanging out there with that thing. You think that's it? No. Literally the worst moment ever. Some dude with a kazoo. I am not kidding you. A kazoo. It starts blowing the kazoo. Like, with timing that I've never heard in any comedy. I have never heard timing like this. To where it went something like, because it was this defeated thing when the guy sings Mr. Moonlight, 2 seconds of silence, guy blows a kazoo, 2 more seconds of silence, and like some uncomfortable mumblings, and then somebody else just starts strumming another Beatles song. shaking off Mr. Moonlight entirely. So the guy goes, Mr. Moonlight. I should have known better. And that guy, I think I heard his heart shrink one size. Mr. Moonlight. Like this mocking kazoo. No instrument more mocking than the kazoo. And this guy starts blowing the kazoo on the heels of this poor sap singing a cappella in front of 60 people. Mr. Moonlight. Oh. It was like pure death. It's like pure death. This poor guy. You know what, though? It's a Beatles con. It's like Chinatown. It's like Chinatown up in that piece. Mr. Moonlight. Oh, that guy must have wanted to. Oh. That guy probably was like, well, I'm out of here. Well, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Wasn't sure what the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life was, but that was just it right there. It was the feeling that overtook me was, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life and the meanest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I knew I was completely in touch with both of those instincts within 1 second of it happening. I knew, oh, that's the meanest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, that might be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Mr. Moonlight. Because the guy laid it out there, like singing, like really belting it out, like, I'll do Mr. Moonlight. That'll get everybody going. But if I'm going to do it, I got to sell it. Mr. Moonlight. And in his mind, he's like, yeah, it sounded pretty good. Like if we're breaking it down like a half second in. Pretty good. Slide it forward. Quarter of a second. Wait, nobody's picking this one up. Another half second of silence. Oh no. I think I'm going off. This is not clicking. Oh no. Another half. 2 seconds of silence. What's going on here? I think I'm dying. Listen. Oh, why did that guy do that? I think he just stabbed me in the heart. I think I'm bleeding. I think my heart's bleeding from that guy doing that. Mr. Moonlight. You know what? Hard to believe. 3 hours of the best show in the vault. Mike, you've heard some good best shows, right? You've heard some bad ones. You've heard some great ones. I'm putting this one in the greats.
Okay, no problem with that.
No problem. Thanks for the... I got no problem with that. Oh, thanks for the glowing endorsement. No problem. Oh, so you're not going to stand in my way. Unbelievable. I got to rotate this dude out. Out. I have 1 minute to go, and then we get out of the way of Sue Purge coming in with Solid Gold Hell. FMU, you're on the air.